Hi guys, today we'll be installing a Torque Solutions pitch stop mount in this 2016 SDI. So the factory pitch stop mount in Subarus is relatively soft. The bushings are soft, the mount doesn't feel very sturdy, it's made of plastic. Now the Torque Solutions is way better in every way. I mean, it's made out of nice metal, one piece, very strong bushings, much more solid. Under hard acceleration, the engine will start to move up and down quite a bit and pitch forward and backwards. So this aftermarket mount will really help reduce that slap by quite a bit. Shifts will feel better, you'll get a little improved traction, less wheel hop. So there's quite a few benefits of this. So let me jump right into it and I'll show you the install.
These are the tools that we used for the install. The first step is to loosen the 3 hose clamps that hold the 3 black hoses to the intercooler. Simply stick a screwdriver into the side of the clamp and pry. Now we are loosening the second hose clamp on the right side of the intercooler. Now we are loosening the 3rd hose clamp on the left side of the intercooler, located directly next to the first clamp that we loosened. Now that the clamps are loosened, you can pull back each hose off of the metal pipe it is connected to. Next, we loosened the worm gear clamp that connects the intercooler piping to the turbo. Now we loosened the 2 worm gear clamps that connect the throttle body to the intercooler. Now remove the 2 bolts that hold the bypass valve to the intercooler. Now remove the 4 bolts that hold the intercooler in place. The first bolt is along the right side of the intercooler. The second 2 bolts can be located just next to the bottom right corner of the intercooler. Now these 3 bolts will free up the bracket that holds on the right side of the intercooler. We're going to remove that bracket as well because that'll make removing the intercooler much easier. Now remove the 4th bolt located on the passenger side of the intercooler. Now remove the intercooler. It may take some wiggling back and forth to break it free. This can be done by yourself, but is easier with a second set of hands. Now remove the bottom bolt of the pitch stop mount connected to the transmission. You will see that there is a washer on each side of the bolt. We will want to replicate this during reinstallation of our new mount. Next, remove the bolt that holds the factory pitch stop mount to the firewall. There are 2 washers on this bolt. Make sure to reuse them during installation of the new mount. Now the factory pitch stop mount is free to be removed. Next, apply grease to the sides of each bushing in the new mount. Slide the new mount in place. Note that the wider end of the new mount should attach to the firewall. Now reinstall the bolt that holds your new pitch stop mount to the firewall. Make sure both washers are on the bolt before reinstalling it. Tighten this bolt until it is snug. We will torque it to spec later in the video. Reinstall the bolt that holds the mount to the transmission Make sure to install the 2 washers on either side of the bolt as noted earlier. Tighten the bolt until it is snug. Now tighten the bolt holding the pitch stop mount to the transmission to 37 foot-pounds. Now tighten the bolt holding the pitch stop mount to the firewall to 43 foot-pounds. At this point, you have completed installation of the new pitch stop mount. All there is left to do is reinstall the intercooler, which is the reverse of the steps that we used to remove it. To help ease the reinstallation of the intercooler, I'm going to quickly go over the steps to reinstall it. We found that a little soapy water sprayed onto the rubber hose connections of the intercooler helped with reinstallation. Now that the intercooler is in place, we are going to reinstall the 4 bolts that hold it in place. 3 of the 4 bolts can be found on the driver's side that attach to the bracket, and the 4th bolt can be found on the passenger side of the intercooler. Next, secure the bypass valve to the intercooler with 2 12mm bolts. Now tighten the 3 worm gear clamps that connect the intercooler to the turbo and to the throttle body. Reconnect each of the 3 small black hoses that connect to the intercooler. Now the last step is to re-tighten down the factory hose clamps that hold on these 3 small hoses, and this can be a bit tricky. The method we found that seemed to work the best is to grab a pair of wire cutters and pull the connection back together. Installation is now complete. Enjoy your new modification.